When women are stepping into places where business is being done, we need to stop telling women, oh, you're so cute, you're so beautiful. I feel like it's a manipulation tactic.
Hi, my name is Janasia Sutton. I'm a stylist and a creative.
My name is Rihanna. I am a production designer and art director and photographer.
My name is Courtney Poe. I'm the editor-in-chief of Gap Magazine, and I'm a creative director, art director, photographer, and choreographer.
So tell us how you got here.
Funny story, I'll make it short. So I was a full-time professional dancer out here, and I did one show, and then the pandemic hit, and I lost my job on tour, ended up unemployed. So I went back home to my hometown. I went to an astrology class that was like, if you're an Aries, you need to publish something like soon. And I was like, that's weird, but I take the astrology thing really serious. So I was like, oh, I should just make a zine. And everyone loved it. So I was like, oh, let's just make another one. Let's make it better next month. And so we just kept doing that. Now I have a magazine company. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be in fashion since I was young. My grandmother bought me a sewing kit when I was 6 years old, and I started making Barbie clothing for my dolls, and ever since then I've wanted to be in fashion.
When I moved to LA at 19, I was kind of lost. I came here and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't want to dance anymore, so I was trying to kind of find my way, and then I found FITM. And when I started there, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to do something creative. I don't want to dance anymore. Let me get into photography. But then I was like bored with photography, I want to say, after a couple of years. And a producer friend of mine asked me if I wanted to art direct the music video. And I've been doing that ever since.
So on that journey, what was the hardest thing you had to face?
The hardest thing I've had to face was being here by myself, I think. All my family's in Sweden and Russia. So just being here alone and navigating and trying to find my way and transitioning into different creative fields, I guess. I think that's been the hardest thing.
I feel like as a Black woman in print, advertising, and press, it's just an uncommon thing I'm learning, especially a young Black woman. So with that, I feel like it's hard to be taken seriously sometimes, feeling like I always have to defend why what we do is important, and just financially as an artist trying to start a business in the middle of a pandemic, it's hard. And so I'm glad I didn't quit.
There's definitely been times where I just wanted to give up and move back home, but then every time I feel that way, I feel like I really didn't come this far to, let go now. And I think that if I keep going, maybe another opportunity will come or something else will happen. So I think that's what's kind of keeping me going.
My first year living in LA, I wanted to move back because I just didn't know if I could handle it. But I stuck through. I'm still here.
Any challenges as a woman that you care to shed some light on?
As a Black woman, everybody gets it easier than us, and that's just in life. I feel like just trying to maneuver in life is hard for us.
There's such a lack of taking female artists seriously when they're trying to trailblaze in a new path, and it's unfortunate when a woman is starting to realize her power and really is doing things that are making change and new strides. It's always met with resistance, and I hope that we can eventually live in a world where men and women aren't seen as above one or the other, and men can start to see women as their equal. And I think more can come out of that, rather than women having to constantly defend why what they're doing is necessary or important.
A lot of times if we are upset, we're a bitch. But if a man is upset, it's like a different level of respect maybe. I felt a lot of times that men try to size me up, see how much knowledge I have in certain things, especially doing photography or something. They're always like, what lens are you shooting with? Or trying to figure out if I know what I'm doing. So I've definitely had to kind of have thick skin, not let that get to me, and just, understand that that's people projecting, and it's not really so much about me, it's more about them.
This question is for Courtney Poe. At what point in your life did you realize that you were a creative?
I think the moment I realized that I was creative was in school, just growing up. Before I went to art school, I was never good at academics, and I was always distracted by like color, and that kind of carried on throughout my whole life. I never really paid attention to things in front of me. It was always like the details of things. And then the older I got, I was like, oh, this is a career, like that's what I should do. This question is for Jonna. What is the coolest part of your job and why?
I think the coolest part of my job is always doing something different. I always get to create these worlds that don't really exist in real life. I always get to work with new people.
As a child, were there any women figures close to you that made an impact on your life?
My mom is my biggest inspiration. I mean, who wouldn't be inspired by their Black mother, like making a way out of no way? And then my little sisters inspire me because they make me work harder.
I love Whitney Houston. Like since I was little, I always just wanted to be like Whitney Houston. Watching her music videos, I was always really inspired by how pop she was, especially as a Black woman in pop music. She was like a trailblazer.
Growing up, I had a cousin, and she made a big impact on my life. She passed away, unfortunately, when she was 15. She was just probably the kindest, most loving person I have ever met, and she was like a sister to me. So I think her passing away made a huge impact on my life as well. And I don't know, I think she just, sorry. She was just a very loving person, and I think losing her kind of made me a little bit more of a loner, you know, something like that.
The journey hasn't been easy for women. We've seen some amazing women making great strides. How does that make you feel?
I almost feel like it's a little too late. I feel like that should have already been happening. I don't see why it took so long for, you know, women to be allowed to be in those positions. I feel like it's amazing that it's happening, of course, but there's no reason why women shouldn't have been in those positions already, you know. And I think for Black people, like, they should be in those positions. It shouldn't happen now. It should have already been going on.
I feel like right now women are making like really major strides. I think the pandemic really helped us with that. It was a time where no one was able to do anything. Everyone was stuck at home and forced to look at issues. And I feel like through social media, things got really loud. Like people couldn't ignore a lot of things happening and a lot of situations that we've kind of looked over. I feel like women are coming out of this pandemic with a whole new respect. That was something that I don't think we would have gotten without that time away from our daily life, you know?
I mean, I love to see it. I love seeing women, especially Black women, excel because we deserve that. Men have been in power for so long. Like, we're just as good, if not better. Sorry to say, but we are amazing. We birth everything, so I feel like we deserve the world.
This question is for Denasia Said. How much of a role does someone's personal style play when you style somebody?
I mean, if a person has their own personal style, I'd like to just play off of that and elevate them as best as I know how. What do you do to get in the zone when creating?
So before I became a mom, I used to smoke weed, and that would definitely spark my creativity. But again, listening to music, I meditate, kind of just keep my creative ideas flowing and see what I can come up with.
Any advice you would like to give to the next generation of women that are following behind you?
Stay true to yourself and don't let anyone try to tell you who you are, because everything is going to be fine.
I would say don't listen to anybody that has anything negative to say. Just do what you want to do, and if there's a will, there's a way. I've always lived by that. Literally, if you want to do something, you can do it, and it doesn't matter what anybody has to say about it.
Keep your circle small Don't listen to people who are trying to sway you with money. And just be patient. The slow burn is a good thing. It takes things time to move. Enjoy the time it takes.
Is there any advice that you feel that is given to women that you wish we'd stop?
When women are stepping into places where business is being done, we need to stop telling women, oh, you're so cute, you're so beautiful, like, you're so pretty and sweet, because I feel like it's a manipulation tactic, and like that's something I really deal with a lot, where they're like, oh, you're so cute. Like, no, like I want my work to be respected, and I want to feel respected, and I want you to see my work and see who I am past the cute layer. So I just hope that people can just accept women as they are and just love women as they are and listen. So, yeah.